Hey guys, my name is Salvatore. I'm an independent game developer and publisher here in Toronto. Today I'm going to be talking about cryptocurrency in video games and why this new technology will flip the entire gaming industry on its head. Last year we launched two titles, one on Xbox and mobile. Feel free to check out Epic Loot on iOS and Android to see the types of games we like to make. Okay, so we have a problem, and games are a waste of time. Now, I mean that in the most practical sense. If you were to compare it to something like doing your laundry that you've been neglecting for a month, maybe. Now, this is going to seem far out there, but personally, I see a future where humans are compensated for almost everything they do. Even simple things like walking in a park will send health data over to some institution. As technology starts to replace the need for, well, humans in general, we're going to need something to do with our time, something to give us value, something to entertain us. Now, I can say with certainty that there's no coincidence the gaming industry has grown so much in recent years, and it will undoubtedly continue to increase as the years go on. The fact is, people enjoy playing games, and many are willing to pay for this pleasure, and in some cases the status that video games bring. It's important to note that the huge majority of this money, specifically on mobile, comes from a small portion of high-paying users. These people are called whales in the gaming industry, and many game companies seem to be tailoring their game's inherent design based on these users' particular buying habits, maximizing profits for them and making the average player feel, well, kind of used. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's about time for a change. And luckily, with these new platforms coming out like Bitcoin and Ethereum, that change is finally possible. So here's the idea. Traditionally, players who trade stocks and people who play Call of Duty were generally viewed as two different things, but the reality is they're both just playing a game, only with a different set of rules. Blockchain and cryptocurrency enable us to create a platform where those rules are the same. So CryptoKitties was the first to successfully do this using the Ethereum blockchain, or they were one of the first. If you've never heard of this game before, think of it like a virtual trading card game that where players can create more assets out of the ones that they already own. It stands as a perfect example to this day that gamers and traders are really the same thing. And after all, I mean, this concept has existed for many years. It's no different from Pokemon or baseball cards that you may have once had or still have. So if this game seems intriguing to you, but your knowledge is limited in terms of cryptocurrency, well, you've got a lot to learn before you can even begin playing this, and that's a problem because of these requirements, the barrier for entry for this game is substantial to the average person. You need to know how to use MetaMask, which is like a wallet you use for your assets. That you need to acquire Ethereum, which is like fuel used to play the game. It also acts as the currency, so essentially this game is not free to play. Anyways, there is the possibility to make money, which is awesome. Only you need to spend it first in order to make it, which, well, it is what it is. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that CryptoKitties is a phenomenal proof of concept, but it's not very accessible and certainly lacks any real gameplay aside from trading and breeding. For decades, the winning formula has been accessibility and fun gameplay. And a lot of people have smartphones these days. Nothing beats free in terms of the cost of downloading a game like Clash Royale, and playing it is certainly a blast, even if you don't buy any virtual gems or whatever. This year, however, it's finally come time to update that formula with one more thing: real world value. Seems actually obvious when you think about it and where the world is heading, but very few companies have even yet to consider this topic. If you can imagine two games, both play very similarly, almost identically, except one of them pays you, which one would you play? In a future where this future we're headed, no one's going to want to play a game that doesn't compensate them for their time. So this is the new winning formula, and it's only just begun. In the last few years, many startups have proposed their own version of the solution, with over 120 different projects currently in existence trying to tackle this. That's quite a lot to sift through to figure out, which one is the most promising of the bunch. but lucky for you, you don't have to. I present Enjin coin. No, let me just say right off the bat that this video isn't sponsored by them. I'm not affiliated with this company or this project in any way. I'm just a regular developer who generally wants to use their platform. And with that said, take a look at this 30-second video and see what they're all about.
Online gamers put a lot of time and money into playing their favorite games. But game items are not decentralized, so a player could lose everything. But now there's Enjin Coin, a smart cryptocurrency for creating better game items and currencies. Game developers can build better games using Enjin tokens and smart contracts to ensure security, item value, and minimal fees. Players can buy, sell, and trade items with others across thousands of games.
So Enjin is a working product that's currently being released in parts. So everything will be made available though at the end of this year. They have the largest community and in relation to these other blockchain gaming projects, and they are partnered with the Unity Asset Store as well as esports organization NRG. And they've also already released the most secure mobile wallet to date, which you can download right now on iOS and Android. So they're pretty far along. Now the blockchain itself, in its current form, has some limitations, as you may know. Variable transaction costs, unreliable network speeds. These are the biggest issues facing blockchain technology today. But thankfully, with Enjin's proposed Affinity Network releasing later this year, it should dramatically reduce the cost and wait times of the network, making the gaming experience more refined and developing platform essentially more reliable. So Enjin is obviously still very much in the middle of development, but that doesn't mean you can't start preparing ahead of time. Much of what I've talked about today mostly revolves around pure game design decisions and creating your game in such a way that accommodates this new development in technology. Soon the Enjin team will be releasing details on how you can partner with them and receive some tokens that they've allocated for marketing and promotional purposes during their ICO. There's still a lot you can do right now to prepare your project or any other future projects that may be on the horizon for this new era of gaming, which is coming soon to a world near you. So, alright, well, behalf on Amethyst Games, aka me, thank you for your time. We're currently working on our own crypto mobile game. If you're interested in hearing more about that project or would like to potentially invest in it, please contact us with the email just provided on screen or in the description. Thanks guys, and cheers to the new era of virtual entertainment.